Welcome back to the Nate Real Midwest podcast. Has America spoken? Has Minnesota turned into a place of dictatorship? Or have we turned into a place of Democrats that are putting restrictions on homeschooling? What has happened? I don't see it happening in New York. I see it happening in Minnesota. So my question for the people on the Democrat Party, is this who you voted for? Is this who you really want to represent the Minnesota district? While homeschoolers are being restricted, while public school is not being restricted. How is that fair in the state of Minnesota? And that's a question that I think that needs to be answered greatly, answered well, and answered completely. I don't know why that is not answered completely. I don't know why that is not answered well, and why is it not answered completely? And why are we sitting in the dark and thinking that everything is going to be okay, as most people would put it out to be? Let me repeat that again. Why are we sitting in the dark and thinking that it's going to be okay when it's not going to be okay? That is not America. That's not what we're going to stand for, and I'm best guessing those homeschool families are going to be fighting this. We're going to email probably every Republican, every Democrat, and be saying, this is not right. This is not what we stand for. We did not stand for a dictatorship in the state of Minnesota. That's not what we stand up for. What we stood up for is to be free to practice our religion, free to do what we are able to do and not be restricted of what we're able to do. And if you're not seeing that, I don't know what to say. I don't know how blind you can be if you're not seeing that. If you are not waking up and seeing that Minnesota is coming to be a dictatorship, if we don't put a stop to this corruption in the state, if we don't put a stop of electing people that do not want to represent the state and put Minnesota last and fund their bureaucracy and their conspiracies of what they believe in the state of Minnesota. This is not a time to be like, let's sit back and let it play out. This is the time for us to fight in the state of Minnesota. This is the time to get to our legislature and put a stop to the hypocrisy. Tell the Democrats what you're doing is wrong and it's a form of dictatorship. Because what they are telling to the Minnesota people is your rights don't matter to them. That's what they're telling you. Your rights don't matter to us. Your rights don't matter to them. They are blatantly coming out here with their bullcrap lies saying that we care about Minnesota, but you're ready to put restrictions. Senate Bill 1740 is ready to put restrictions on the state of Minnesota for homeschoolers. But there's no restrictions for public schools. How is that fair? How is that fair? And please, don't come and say, oh, no, that's not what the bill is meaning. They're not going to. No. That means perfectly to the point that they're going to ban homeschooling. Hopefully that doesn't come, because we're going to take it back to the U.S. Supreme Court and they'll make a decision of the law of the land. If you're not waking up and seeing that this is a dictatorship, restrictive dictatorship governor who is sitting here and stooping to the level of hypocrisy, criticizing the President of the United States for doing his job, and while he's having the Democrat Party, his bureaucrats, let me repeat this, his bureaucrats that want to almost get ready to abolish homeschooling and make it illegal and put parents in jail for homeschooling, we're to the point that this goes to restrictive mode, they can ban it to make it illegal. Is that what we voted for, people? If you're not waking up and seeing how dictatorship this is coming to be a dictatorship, you better wake up, because this is a long haul until 2026. Until we get a governor in there to clean up the mess of the Democratic Party that is pushing aside the Minnesota people and putting us last. It is time for stuff to get cleaned up in the state. And I'm not going to stand here and just have my voice be silent while the Democrats are thinking, oh, it's not a big deal. No, it is a big deal. This is bad. If this is not Minnesota, and if this is not screaming dictatorship, I don't know what else is screaming. This is the truth. This is getting ready to be a dictatorship. It's getting ready for dictatorship to come. It's getting ready for communism to come. It's getting ready for that to come if you're not waking up in the state of Minnesota, that all rights are going to be hard to get back if we don't put a stop to this. And is that when you guys are going to wake up and be like, whoa, why is this happening? I don't want to live in this state anymore. To the point that they're going to probably, if we get to that point, they're going to say we can't move out of state. If you guys think that I'm crazy, and most of you people are thinking that I'm crazy, this is the truth. This is coming to be a dictatorship state. And that is not what the Constitution stands for. And you preach about the Constitution. You preach about all of this stuff that's going on. And you're so blinded and to see what's really happening in Minnesota. You're blinded to see the failure of our governor, who is pushing a dictatorship. A dictatorship Minnesota is what it's going to become. Wake up, people. This is not going to be a restrictive idea. This is not going to be, a temporary thing. Keep going. Keep digging. Keep searching and stuff. And we are going to find out what Minnesota is going to become if we don't put a stop to it. A stop. With a snap of a finger, an executive order that the governor can do, he could outlaw homeschooling. He could outlaw churches. He can outlaw disability rights. If you're not seeing what is going on, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you at all. Because this is some bullshit. This is bullcrap. This is really crappy. This is bad. Excuse my language, but this is bad. Sorry for the language before that, but this is angry. This is making my blood boil. And the Democrats that want to sit here and think nothing is going wrong in the state of Minnesota, you are blinded to your freaking core. Wake up. Wake the hell up. Because Minnesota is going down a very, very, very dark path. And if people don't wake up and put a stop to this, I'm talking about the Democrat Party is going through a dark path in the state of Minnesota. We need to put a stop to this. This is wrong. According to the Insider editions of the Star Tribune and what's coming out, this is some scary stuff. I pray that you people wake up. I pray that you understand what's going on in the state of Minnesota, because it's gonna get worse. This is yet to come worse. This is yet to come what they plan to do in 2026. If the Democrats take back the House and the Senate in 2026, I swear to you, and the state of Minnesota will not be the land of the free. They will give all the power to the governor, and the governor will rip this state back into its power of a dictatorship, because that is what these amendments are showing right now. That's what is going on. Minnesota is leading into a very, very, very dark time. Let me repeat that very clearly and very loud. Minnesota is going into a very, very dark time if the people on the left and people on the right need to come together and put a stop to this. Really, we need to go to our legislature and put a stop to this Antarctic key dictatorship. Because that is what Minnesota has come to be. Let's put in some closing points. Governor Walz's plan for Minnesota is not for the Minnesota people. It's for himself and the Democrats that sit there and think that they know what's going on in the state of Minnesota. He is not the right governor to lead the state of Minnesota, and it's time for a change. Thank you.